taking. I'm bad at pretending, you know I'll be true. Sunday mornings and midnight lights turn into songs that you watch me write. Stole your sweater on that night, you took a picture, keep by my bedside. So you're mine when you're gone, baby, please don't be long. I got my ticket to the west side. You say my name with your accent, makes me remember how much I missed you. Hope you're planning to stay for a million days. You'll be my summer in December. Hey boy, trust my intuitions always. I'm not superstitious, I got lucky. Stole your heart and it was mine for the taking. It was mine for the taking. It was mine for a million days, in a million ways. Stole your heart and I got lucky. Stole your heart and it was mine in a million ways, for a million days.
Welcome to this week's broadcast of the Esports Tower Rumble and Valorant, broadcasting from Boise State Esports Arena. All April long, our Esports Tower Rumble has a very special cause. This month is the World Streams for Wishes to help support a cause that is very close to our hearts. It is, of course, the Make-A-Wish Foundation. As you may already know, Make-A-Wish helps fulfill the dreams and wishes of children facing critical illnesses, and today we have the chance to make a real difference in their lives. So if you're watching, please consider a donation to the stream and supporting Make-A-Wish. Every dollar counts and helps us get closer to granting more gaming-related wishes for all these amazing kids. I'm host Jacob Palmer, joined by Artemis Ring, calling all of the action for you here. And this is the first day of a new week of Rumbles for us, a new bunch of round-robin matches for these teams to stand out. We have a three-team Rumble, starting out with best-of-one round-robin matches to decide who will make it to the grand finals tomorrow. And of course, like I said, April is Make-A-Wish's month. Esports Tower and Make-A-Wish have partnered up together to grant wishes to kids across the world, so you can scan the QR code you see right now to make a child's wish come true today. All right, so as we're ready to head into the first game, it's going to be the Lions versus the Penguins are going to be starting out for us here today. And see the competitions. It's Lions, Penguins, and Orcas.
Well, best of luck to each of these teams. Excited to see what the Lions and Penguins have in store for us for our first game today. As you mentioned, it is a round robin, so that does mean that they'll be able to take on everyone in the bracket as we move into tomorrow. So I can give them a little bit of taste of what they have to prepare for. Granted, one day isn't a whole lot of time to make adjustments and change game plans, but it should be enough for some of the esports star players that are a little bit more seasoned veterans than the other ones.
And if these players want to play at their best, of course, we have Doc's keys to the game in a Valorant for these players, and that's going to be to flank efficiently, check your angles, count cards and call abilities, and click heads. It's all brought to you by Esports Tower. Score pro advice at esportstower.com. Improve your game sense, improve your gameplay, and improve your performance under pressure. You'll get matched up with great players and professional coaches to help you rank up. So we're ready to start off the first round robin games, and we're going to be starting off on the classic Valorant stage, Ascent. Everyone knows it. Everyone knows every little bit of this map. And overall, there aren't too many surprises for players here. It's really just down to skill and technique.
I mean, we can definitely equate Ascent to being one of the maps, at least as far as other games, if you're more familiar with, like, per se, Overwatch. It's like the King's Row of Valorant. This one, as well as... Apologies, my brain is not wanting to work. This one and Bind are some of the oldest maps in Valorant, so that means there's a lot of time that has been taken to figure out the perfect playstyle, the perfect agent lineup, and it is, at this point, perfected as far as a meta should go. So hopefully we see a lot of creativity from these players, but we'll have to wait and see.
We're just waiting for this match to start up. On Ascent, we'll see how both these players do. And we'll have the chance to see if any new names rise to the top of the rankings as we're ready to start off the Esports Tower Rumble with Valorant on Ascent. And the one interesting thing about both of these teams is that the Lions have a lot of flexibility with agent choices. Almost every play on the team has 2 different agent roles they feel comfortable playing, depending on the stage and the opponent.
And it looks like for the Lions, we're rolling out on Phoenix, Cypher, Gecko, Breach, and Astra. Penguins are going to have Sky, Brimstone, Sova, KJ, and KO. And it looks like Penguins are going to be on defense first.
Turn out.
As we're ready to start the game here today, Lions are going to be attacking first. They actually have also brought out the Gecko, so I very much approve of that. Her fire is going to be repositioning, as it looks like the first plant is going to be going out on towards A. Few bit of util before they peek through the main archway.
We do see that Cypher is rotating over towards B site, and there's still 3 people dwindling over there. And Cypher is eliminated, so the bait and switch most likely not going to work out. Molly has gone through Archway, did some damage to 3 members. Only one with full health pool for the Lions currently is going to be the Astra. Blind goes out through Arch. Tracker gets blinded but picks up 1. Moonkeeper will pick up 2. And it looks like defense wins out after only dropping 2 members.
It'll be a fast start off for the Penguins. They're going to be going over into Spectres, and the Marshal is going to be bought for them as well. And I actually also see 1 Ares being brought into the mix as well.
Keep up. Well, let's see if we have the repeat Sova just blasting through the wall over on B site. Acts a little bit more as a deterrent than anything else and gives away intel that someone is standing there. We'll have to wait and see if anybody decides to, as we have an entire mid-point rotation, mid-push rotation coming out from the attackers, with the exclusion of Astra, who's deciding to walk along catwalk. Might be able to pick up someone. Her fire unfortunately has their tailwind going the wrong direction forward instead of backwards. Goes down to monkey mode after the first elimination, so it is a trade. Cypher for the Lions gets extremely low, as does Brimstone for the side of the Penguins.
And a blind almost leads to a double for Sunny Lee, but Foop still manages to trade it out 1 for 1. Bit of rotation up towards catwalk, and Foop picks up 2 more to make it a triple. Now Lions just have monkey mode left. He has picked up a Marshal, but this is a very tough situation for him. He gets a headshot on the Moonkeeper. From there, I would assume he gets to pick up a better gun. He's going to pick up an Ares.
It's a 2v1, but Foop, that Breach, well, the Brimstone for the Penguins
30 seconds left.
Looking like they're sub 20 health, dropping down a smoke, trying to be a deterrent for Monkey mode. Monkey does have the spike opportunity to send out Wingman while Monkey decides to go take on Archway. Does activate the alarm bot. Default plans onto Tetris in the middle of sight. And backing off into the back, hopefully trying to bait some people out. Stimulus has been dropped over on CT. They get a sight of monkey mode, but do not do any extra damage. Ooh, and as I say that, Happy deletes monkey mode.
Successful round, but Lions did a respectable job in putting a dent in the overall eco of the Penguins.
Turn out.
And as we're ready to start a little bit faster in this match, we're going to be heading into the bonus round opportunity for the Lions to gain back some sort of footing. Bit of repositioning, and it looks like Penguins might actually be trying with the forceful push through mid. Or at least a lot of people covering the sightlines on mid. Molly's going to be thrown out into the archway. A little bit of chip damage going on to the Lions.
Go, Wingman, go!
Successful plan from the Wingman. Meanwhile, Cats is moving up to heaven, gets a huge blind and parlays that into one pick, but not two. He gets out of there so he can heal up.
Did get some pepper damage onto the KJ for the Penguins. As you said, did not finish the second elimination. Cats does find Trickster. Secrets will find Happy shortly thereafter. Currently, Penguins just 2 left standing. Secrets found 1, but now it is just Foop left standing for the Penguins. This is the bonus round for them after all. Many of them were stuck just using pistols, and finally, a round goes to the Lions.
Pretty expected if they all had rifles, but now the Penguins will have a chance to buy up themselves. Lions already, they've We have an Odin actually being brought out by the Penguins as part of their full buy. No doubt going to be using that to wallbang through B.
Here.
A lot of them have to actually save and settle for half shields. No doubt because of their second round, so many of them getting picked off.
Can't use that.
Food gets a pick onto Cats in a Box, takes him out of the run it back. Spike is down fairly soon, though, so it might give Lions just enough time to work with on post plan. Conan. Oh, stopped right in his tracks, Edgar. Thrash is going to be brought out. Sunny Lee picks up a double, but this Odin tries to hold it from heaven. But a long-range weapon, it isn't.
Enemies close. Eyes up.
It's a huge, not quite as big as an op would have been, but it's still a huge dent in the Penguins' eco for where they were already hurting. So they're going to have to go with a full save and be brought down to handguns.
It seems like Moonkeeper heard my request last week of let me see the full animation for that gun and spec, please, and actually made that dream come true, so I appreciate it. But Sunny Lee, last round, popped off, and yeah, that Odin, it's quite the financial commitment coming out from those players, just end up losing it.
Revealing area.
Knives brought out by Penguins, help them with the eco, but it's going to be the only real huge damage output they have unless they can land some headshots with these Sheriffs. Foop just hanging out in the smoke. Tracker also keeping a sight line onto Garage, Jet. And that's going to be the Knives down. Taken out ruthlessly. One shot. Monkey Mode also gets a shot from the Vandal. Cats in the Box also picking up Foop. Lions on their way to a possible flawless.
Spike planted. Bot coming back. Bot swarm grenade out.
Full rotation through CT by the 2 remaining players, which is Moonkeeper and Happy. We do have Hunter's Fury online. Can't really see that being too useful in this instance. 1v1 duel goes in favor of Moonkeeper with the Sheriff. Opportunity to pick up a free gun. It's a Vandal. Now, if you could find another pick and maybe choose to evacuate the premise after giving away your location, Happy goes down because their location was revealed. That is unfortunate. Concuss goes out, and Team Ace for the side of the Lions.
That'll be one, spreading out the ultimate points between all of them.
I'll see it.
You can also see Cypher is very close on his ult. He's at 5 out of 6. The Astra has already built up her Astra Wall. Meanwhile, the Penguins have their Hunter's Fury and also their Orbital Strike.
Yes, this should do.
What's interesting is Lions didn't go with kind of the standard KJ pick on Ascent, and KJ's almost, you know, like a must pick on Ascent.
And of course, I have no argument with Jacob's assessment there. Perhaps they just, Monkey Mode just really, really wanted to play the Gecko. Of course, I have no qualms with that.
Always nice to see a little bit of an off-meta pick.
But, I mean, you do have the Cypher, which can kind of take on that KJ role with the amount of util you can drop onto one site and just kind of hold it down. Cypher cages make it extremely difficult for teams to push in. So, theoretically speaking, Cypher still fulfills the role of the KJ. You just don't have as much damage utility available. It's more stay the heck away from this site utility.
And also not the long-range reach that the turret gives you.
Yeah.
That turret is going to start firing onto Sunny Lee, letting Happy know he's there. Already some damage is taken. He's down to half health. Her fire is going to get one wallbang pick onto Sunny Lee. As he's going to be sent out. Tracker's not going to be blinded by it and just hides behind. Swings around, picks up one, but it is traded.
You know, they say that like 72% of people don't look up, but in that instance, you needed to look down.
Owl drone going to be thrown out. Get a little bit of a view through the cage. Secrets bobbing and weaving, picks up a double. That's going to make the Lions have a much better post plant situation. Foop is going to throw out the molly, go up against the Bald Man, and Bald Man wins.
You don't mess with the Bald Man. There's
No,
a
you
reason
don't.
why I'm terrified of him. But Secrets does find her fire. All the Penguins go down. That's another round victory to the Lions.
Which also, we were talking a little bit about the Cypher pick. You know, the more wins you can get on attack with Cypher, I gotta say. I mean, Lions are using him pretty well. I can only imagine that Cypher's gonna really come in handy once they get to defense and you're able to set up those tripwires and have a little bit more control about where they push. Speaking of defense, Penguins are gonna try to turn theirs around by bringing out the op.
Well, I mean, another thing, just looking at the Lions composition here, I mean, for entry, you've got util from Gecko, Breach, and from Phoenix that can get you in. And Cypher, you don't have to be the person to confirm the kill in order to be able to utilize your ultimate, but we have the Cosmic Divide come down. That knife picks up 4. This is a absolute rush onto the site. Moonkeeper goes toe-to-toe with Cats, who's in the run it back, ends up losing out. Monkey Mode finds Tracker. Tracker finds Sunny Lee. Down goes Orbital Strike. Secrets goes down. It is just Happy left standing after the commitment of the Orbital Strike, which is tragic. Concuss on the high ground. Check your angles, please. No angle checking whatsoever from Cats. But Happy's location is revealed. They meet the firing squad, and that's another round win for the Lions.
Also, the Orbital Strike really didn't do much of anything, so that's one ultimate gone, but they're still going to have to deal with a whole lot more. There's a lot of potential retake options here. They've got the Hunter's Fury, they've got the Command Null, and of course, most of all, they've got that lockdown available. But maybe the Lions can outplay them, move a bit faster. Maybe the Lions take initiative, throw out the Rolling Thunder for themselves. I mean, a lot of the Lions' counters against Penguins' ultimates has just been getting kills before the ultimates can really do their thing.
Smoke's down.
The other interesting thing is that it was kind of a tactic of run on, be as quick as physically possible in-game for the Lions to get on site. So that Orbital Strike didn't do much of anything because it is a deterrent trying to zone off and bait people into a bad location to get extra picks and possibly make it so they can't escape and end up dying in it. But when they're all already on site and spread out, Orbital Strike doesn't do much. Oh no.
Bit of some spraying through the wall, but it's not really going to find anybody. Happy also hanging out in Boathouse. Monkey Mode gets a headshot onto her fire.
This poor KJ. Oh, that's so much util. KJ, that is the Valorant experience. I am so sorry. Oh, Monkey Mode, come on.
Spike down B.
Doesn't check the angle and gets punished for it. Speaking about not checking angles, Moonkeeper here. Oh, he almost didn't, but Sunny Lee got a bit of an itchy trigger finger. Fired beforehand, and that kind of bailed Moonkeeper out. He saw the fire and said, oh, there's someone to the right, and picked him off. Didn't make a huge amount of difference in how the round turned out, but I found it interesting.
That goes there.
Might actually get a quick replay. Yeah, this is the replay of that KJ getting the
this is a nice
experience
one.
of a lifetime, despite all this util getting dumped. And the funny part is that there was a confirmed hit mark during one of those abilities. It either wasn't communicated or Monkey Mode just had blinders on and did not hear it, because Monkey Mode started planting right in front of that KJ.
Sunny Lee actually was shooting at a player who was in Fish Market, so did pick up the elimination, but lost the element of surprise in picking that up. Still 1-for-1 trade. Not bad. Knife has been really good for Tracker so far, but it hasn't really stopped the Lions. They have a very fast pushing strategy. They're going to throw out Rolling Thunder. It's going to take Tracker out of commission for a little bit while, and the eliminations just start piling up for the Lions. They take out 2. Make it 3. They're now up 2 players. Secrets is still trying to hide out. Plant is going to go down from Wingman.
Her
Spike
fire with the
planted.
Judge is coming out towards Garden. Long range with the Judge doesn't work out well. Has to back off. Might be able to grab a Sheriff or something to help with the range differential that they're encountering. Taking fire from 2 directions. Uses Cloud Smoke. Chooses to hide in it. Doesn't have Tailwind up. Gets obliterated. And that's another round win to the Lions.
Well, Senf was the stage that the Lions were really hoping to play, as the team feels very strong about how they play together on the stage. I can't really argue with that too much, as they're kind of running away with it as things are moving on. But things can swap in the half. Penguins also, they're back up to full-ish purchases, but they've had multiple rounds where they're settling for half shields, 1 Guardian here or there. The Eco's been a continuous thorn in their side.
Perhaps buying the Odin was
Joke's
the
over.
beginning of the
You're
bad
dead.
financial decisions. We do hear run it back, popped again by the Lions. Happy did take down Cats, but that was the run it back, so Phoenix has been resurrected. Simi Lee is going to find Foop. Updraft, trying to take a look into Fish Market, doesn't find anything. Suni Lee is dwindling inside mid, might be able to catch them in the rotation. Astra Smoke and Cypher Cage both procced in mid. Lions down 1, as are the Penguins, but the breach for the side of the Lions is very low. Suni lead, goes down to Moonkeeper. Kekonan finds Moonkeeper, and now we're in a 3v3 situation.
Oh, that's such a good blind, but he only picks up 1.
It's still a trade, and the breach is low enough that her fire
Player standing.
Okay, I need to stop anticipating possible fire exchange and kills. I think I just
Spike
in the moment
planted.
cast the curse for fire.
I know
Potential
exactly.
flank that, oh my goodness.
Oh.
This is the most focus that you can put onto just 1 player.
I feel like Happy has just been getting all of it lately.
Every single bit of util has just been thrown onto this KJ.
Happy, I am so sorry. Like, take it as a compliment that they feel the need to dump this much util onto you, but I'm really sorry.
If you look at it another way, though, it's kind of giving the KJ a taste of their own medicine, because KJ is an agent that's known for just dumping all their util on opponents. So
Completely valid. It's just
turnabout is fair play, I suppose.
when you're in that situation, like looking at it from the perspective of the KJ, I can just imagine it's like it's a 2v1, and then you hear the bald man come out, and you're just like, come on, really?
Placing swarm
Is that
grenade.
necessary?
Placing swarm grenade. Bot coming back. Out of charges.
I also just got a handed to Happy, who's been rocking the default matte black skins on all of their guns. They don't just give those out, you know.
No, definitely.
Surfire is going to get the first frag onto Sunny Lee.
Different approach coming out from the Penguins this time. They took over mid, which was a nice change of pace, making sure space control wasn't in favor of the side of the Lions. They found 2. Oh no. Oh no, you are Foop, I'm sorry. Oh Foop, I am so sorry.
Moshpit is going to get the final tick onto that. Move around, quickly destroy the alarm bot. Happy is waiting back with an Ares, ready to spray.
Let's go, find the picks. Get the picks.
Also could just hold him for time here with this lockdown available.
Too suppressed.
So Nice knife.
When you jump scare your own teammate.
30 seconds left.
Penguins look like they might actually be able to force the Lions to just run out the clock.
Lions would have to move in right now. And a few of the Penguins seem to think the plan's going over to A.
No. Do not abandon Happy over here. Do not put this poor human being in that experience again.
Oh, no.
One enemy remaining.
Wow. We thought for a moment that the Penguins were just going to be
Last round before the switch.
completely baited over into A. The two remaining on B held it down firmly for them.
I really thought we were just about to see KJ POV again with nothing but util in their poor face.
There's a whole lot to use because a lot of people still haven't gotten around to using their ultimates on the Penguins. But they can end this 8-4. If you look at that, that's an 8-round win streak by the Lions. Oh, that's a good start.
Ooh, Rootkeeper, two-piece with the Hunter's Fury.
Enemy remaining.
Oh, that was
Nice!
that was quick.
I think the Lions got a little scared after the beginning of
Switching sides.
after the beginning of the last round when the Penguins just egressed into that mid zone and into that lane, started taking it over, getting those 2 early picks. And so Lions tried to make an adjustment, but Penguins said no, and they went after everybody. That was a nice change of pace, but we are now at the start of the second round. Penguins have 4 rounds to their name. Not terrible. I mean, at least finishing out a half at a 4-8 is much better than finishing out at like 2-10, which of course there's a curse for every heckin' scoreline out there, but a 4-8 is pretty standard.
Listen,
in a lot of states.
Players are superstitious.
I get it. I totally get it.
I doubt there's one esports game you can find out there that doesn't have a superstition with it that players just steer clear of. Things are, despite those last 2 rounds going pretty quick, things have slowed down considerably now that everyone has pistols. And speaking of pistols, the Penguins opted to go for all ghosts in this instance.
I support this decision. Oh boy.
Watch your eyes.
Oh, and they're going to get blinded and forced back. That's going to take back a bit of mid-control.
It's only tickle damage. He got quite literally got their toes.
But in a pistol round, sometimes 10, 20 damage here and there can make all the difference. A lot of jump peaks being brought out by Monkey Mode. He's going to get dinked also. Through the wall.
Very slow push.
Now they move in. Secrets throws out a bit of util, but Herfire just moves right on in. Takes him out.
30 seconds left.
Going to be thrown out by the Sova up into heaven.
Someone's there.
Boom! Headshot by Monkey Mode. Might put the Lions back into the game. Mosh pit thrown. Oh, out. Tracker.
One enemy
Himself
remaining.
up a 2-piece. Herfire continuing on the streak, and now it's just Kekkonen left.
Trying to get some right clicks in, but Foop just rounds the corner, holds still, takes the shot, and confirms the kill. That's a round win for the Penguins.
This looked like it might be a little bit of life being brought out, but then Tracker just completely decimated the defenders on Heaven. Herfire is already wanting to do a bit of sniping, has brought out the Marshal.
Minutemen post up on catwalk. Let's see how this works out. Oh, Lions heavily stacking B site.
Well, they've all got pistols. They're going to try to, you know, maybe change things up, catch the Penguins off guard, but fortunately for them, Penguins are... Well, they're gonna might have an interesting fight here in spawn. This Phoenix and the KO, Cats in the box. is able to take him out. That's going to be a gun pickup for the Lions. Any single one they can get is pretty good. One scepter for them. Oh, there's one picked up also. They're doing work on these classics.
One enemy remaining.
I mean, it's 1-1.
Monkey Mode was a two-piece.
Remember, he picked up one of their Spectres, so it should be pretty even in terms of firepower. Throws out a Molly around the corner. He has the health advantage. Another swing out and gets it.
Dang.
Thrifty for Lions.
I mean, okay, I think we can both agree their initial strat of stacking B and rushing out, anticipating the B push was a little... It didn't work out entirely in their favor. They lost 2 very early on, but they brought it back.
In the I would say it didn't work out in the short term, but in the long term, it gave the Phoenix the route through spawn that caught so many of them off guard, allowed him to pick up the Spectre gun, which helped him win that 1-1 in the end. So long term, it actually worked out. And I always like those kind of pushes when you're down in guns. You just try to take an unorthodox route. And there was also just great classic play on A point in and of itself. I was so surprised at how well they were able to consistently get damage with those going up against Spectres.
Well, now they have to go up against an Odin because Secret's kind of, bought one and is posted up on B site. Not rushing out immediately like we saw earlier. Instead, very spread out. We've got 2 in mid.
Goodness.
Fire, I have questions, but I know I will not receive
Someone
answers.
called out knife fight mid.
Oh, okay. I guess, yes, I understand.
Spike down mid.
There is honor.
Suppose it's a bit of a...
Whoa, 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 Moonkeeper! Moonkeeper! It was called to be a knife fight. We're in London.
Revealing area.
Last player
Until
standing.
now he goes over. Well, at least he managed to pick up one. I don't know what to say. You know,
I think
normally we see, you know, a knife fight mid be called out. Maybe if it's, you know, a very casual game, or it looked like we might have a round reset here, actually.
I
So
think
knowing the round
someone-
was reset, they just decided to have fun with it.
I think someone disconnected, and so just to buy time, because there was, I saw some things like trying to get a pause, but they couldn't pause,
Yeah.
so they just called knife fight. That's fine. I will erase my little tally mark for the Lions, and we'll continue as though that didn't happen. I'm going to not forget, though, people who pulled out weapons that were not melee material
That
in
is
a knife
true.
fight. Dishonor.
Well, that is a lovely sound effect.
I'm glad you were thinking the same thing.
Well, they're going to check out wine.
It's cleared.
Yep.
Most definitely. We burned both shock darts, unfortunately.
They're doing a pretty good job of checking all the angles. Herfire looking at every single one.
There's one more you gotta check, Herfire. I know there's no one there, but you literally did not check it. But okay, whatever. It's good. You went unpunished.
Conan
Up and away.
be throwing out the Dizzy. Moving in off of that, Sunny Lee gets one.
Oh, yikes.
Keeper swings out, and it's just the gun difference at this point that is leading the Lions to a pretty easy victory. Herfire misses a few
standing.
shots on that classic, gives out position.
Oh, secrets. That was mean.
Flawless to bring the Lions into a double digits. So I would say this has to be the turnaround round for the Penguins. This is the one more chance that they have to full purchase. If they don't, it goes to 11, and you think off of the eco advantage that the Lions are going to have if everything goes according to plan. That means the Lions could get themselves up to match point very easily if the Penguins aren't able to turn it around in this rifle round.
Well, my other concern is everyone actually able to full buy? Because if they're not really, then you do need to be buying for next and just playing for constant anxiety of it being match point.
And the Penguins are going to be playing this rather gingerly.
It's worked out in the past.
Taking a slight peek up toward mid, but then moving back towards spawn. Moonkeeper's going to go around and fish market, see if he can flush anyone out from there. Secret's now moving toward a sightline that I would not really encourage an Odin to hold, but you know, you do you.
I agree. Ooh.
Okay, this is a little bit more of what I expect from an Odin.
Why would you go into line of sight rather than backing back off into the market? Got a trade. Tracker picks up another. Lions down to 3. Penguins have 4. Cypher through the cage finds Foop.
Oh!
Ready.
Okay, Conan, you've got Spike in control now. Nice. Careful though.
Oh,
The
also.
bald man is out.
Last player standing. One enemy remaining. 30 seconds left.
It's just 1-1. He also has his Thrash available. He's going to use it.
Smart. I like it. You know exactly where this... Oh, I forgot the Thrasher actually completely... It's like a KJ ultimate, but cuter.
Beep, beep, beep. Enough of that.
You know, Gecko just, you know, outclasses everybody just with the pure... Oh, how do I put it? The pure... Because you can use a word like cute, but I can't necessarily can't. So I'm going to say... oh, what's the word for it? The aesthetic advantage. Like he outclasses everyone in aesthetics.
Honestly, I don't know if anyone ever played this DS game, but all of his little creatures remind me of Spore characters.
Oh yeah, I remember that game.
So that they also warm my heart in that sense.
Group is going to be moving up in the smoke. Might try to catch some of the Lions who have moved pretty far up into mid. They're both trying to play around the wall. Group and Cats in a Box are just kind of playing a game with each other. Almost gets caught in util. Manages to pick up multiple blinds and gets Foop in the end. A gingerly dangerous game to play.
Tracker takes down Kikonin, definitely one of the top fraggers coming out for the side of the Lions.
Penguins having to bring this back. They're all split up too. None of them can really take this on multiple 2-on-1s. But Happy and Moonkeeper, two sides automatically turn this round around.
One enemy remaining.
Oh, wow.
You gotta make sure you check this angle and get secrets.
30 seconds left.
Ooh, there was one other standing there, secrets. Your location is revealed. Yeah.
He had a slight chance there.
Credit where it's due, though. The
Just swapping your
Lions did take down quite a few Penguins on their buy round, so it's going to be a little bit rough for them to full buy in this next one, and we do see timeouts being called, so this is probably a game plan moment. Perhaps Coach Halter's coming in and being like, all right, here's where your economy's at. What's the plan here, considering that we see some full buys? I mean, yes, you can still have 2 people full buy, but you have to heavily rely on the 2-2 strat. I'm not sure if the Lions are really going to allow them to do that. Best of luck trying to accomplish that one. You could theoretically just full save and have the entire team go for the next round, because at this point, just the way the Lions economy is looking, even if you do eliminate a couple and make them drop guns, it's still not going to shake them up enough for the next round to make too much of an impact on their wallets.
Well, the Penguins were kind of giving their strategy before this game even started, and their strategy was to kind of roll up an early lead to make sure the Lions don't get too much momentum. That hasn't happened. And they have to really pull out, they have to kind of go against what their whole strategy was and pull out a win streak in the second half. The Lions just need to win 2 more to end this game.
And it looks like possibly Penguins are going for the full save round. I'm not positive. I can really only see 1 or 2. They've stacked up on B site. Concuss goes out.
You should run.
There's the KJ lockdown, and
Donan knows exactly where it is, gets rid of it. Manuel's now going to be brought out by Penguins. Her fire is able to get Kikonin. going to have to be forced on a retake. Oh, Earthfire just picks out the hiding place for Sunny Lee. Secret's just barely able to pick up one off of his Sheriff. This is a save round for the Lions, so they're not doing the worst in that regard.
Standing.
Watch your eyes!
Ooh, that's a nice blind. You know, Cats has really surprised me in just the way that he can go up against multiple people and find a way to dance around all of them and still pick up frags. He's not going to defuse the spike here, but any sort of eco that you can take off the other team with a pick.
One enemy remaining.
Especially if they find themselves caught in this spike explosion.
Yikes. Okay, I missed it. Did Penguins full buy this round? Looks like they did.
But a lot of them are also at 1,000 credits now.
Yikes! That means don't die.
Even with a win, they might just barely be scraping by in what they can purchase.
Yeah, it's nothing new.
Thing is, Lions, it just come down by and large to who gets the first pick. Lions consistently win if they get the first frag. Cats might be able to do that there. He's hanging out on catwalk, but is going to reposition. It seems like a few words have gone out that Spike is being forced onto A through main. Cypher Cage goes up, keeps him at bay. Happy gets a pick onto Secrets.
Cypher Cage should expire here in a moment. Kekonen's around Jen, looking for anyone to start with his camera. It gets destroyed. Happy comes in, is blinded by Cats. That is... Moonkeeper actually goes down as well. So Penguins only down to 2 agents left standing. Run it back also expires.
Last player standing.
3-on-1. They shouldn't lose this, and they don't. Cats and Guts triple overall.
Match point.
And now this is the problem I was talking about. One of them has a lot of credits, so maybe they can buy 1 or 2 for their teammates, but overall the Penguins are going to be forced onto a save round on match point. The only thing they really have that they can possibly use is the 3 ultimates they have, and those knives will help out in that regard.
Alright, so Jet doesn't really buy an expensive weapon. You half buy shields for the entire squad. You use what creds you can to get the best guns possible, and you walk in with, you know, a bit of a broken artillery lineup.
Meanwhile, also kind of an unorthodox pick here from Secrets has brought out the Judge to close things out.
I mean, Rolling Thunder run in and delete them with some shotgun shells of judgment.
Well divided.
Just waiting for the right moment.
Ooh.
Oh, gets hit by the Dizzy. Ryuto thrown out.
Oh.
Where is everyone
They
hiding?
might not even need the Rolling Thunder because they got the Bald Man and he's telling them where everyone is. And that's gonna, now they're gonna use the Rolling Thunder. Get a whole lot of people off of that.
Oh. Oh my gosh.
They are throwing everything you could possibly throw at a post plant onto the Lions. Doesn't hit any of them.
I mean, you have to at this point.
One enemy remaining.
There isn't
Last
enough
player
time
standing.
for Cats to win this, however. He does win the team fight. And at least you know that you made them expend just about everything to keep the game going.
Wow.
I mean, just about everything that they could have placed onto that spike, they did. The swarm grenades, the Hunter's Fury, and then an orbital strike on top of that.
I mean, when you don't have guns, it makes
Touch,
sense. Again, one of the rare instances like last week
This
where
one's here.
Valorant becomes overstimulating.
Camera taken out. Cage triggered.
Conan is looking to hold down B. There seems to be a rotation through to mid. The Penguins are all kind of bunched up here, and they're all going to be spotted at once by Sunny Lee. Lions immediately start rotating over to account for that. Okay.
How many times must I reiterate this one sentence?
Spike planted.
They already have one down. Boop manages to get Cats. Her fire picks up another.
No sweat. Crash is ready.
That flick on the head.
Now the Thrash is ready. That
One
could be
enemy
huge,
remaining.
actually. There's one left. They don't even need it. Lions are going to win this one 13-8.
Just one more time for good measure. Check your angles.
Yep. Ultimately, there's a reason why Artie repeats it so much.
Defenders win.
Well, congratulations to the Lions for winning that first game of the round robin. They're ultimately going to be winning at 13-8, so congrats to them. And of course, we want to also give a shout out to sponsors at Make-A-Wish. Esports Tower have joined forces in the month of April as the world streams for wishes. Gaming-related wishes from kids are among the fastest-growing wishes made by children in the past years. Anyone who donates to Make-A-Wish this week is automatically entered into a drawing for a loot box with some fantastic prizes. With your help, we can grant wishes to kids in need. Scan the QR code and help Esports Tower and Make-A-Wish bring even more gaming-related wishes to life. And you can see some of the gear that you can pick up if you are drawn for this loot box.
Yes, this is the thank you gift for this week. So if you donate this week, you enter for the opportunity to win this HyperX loot box worth over $1,000 with 5 different things in it. It looks quite nice, I must say so myself. Winner will be drawn next week.
All right, so the Lions claim the first spot in the grand finals. Up next will be Orcas and Penguins to decide who faces off against them next week. We'll take a short break and be back with game number 2 right after this.
How do I bring the energy?
On my hard days, I usually don't think about it. I just try to get to the next day and hope that the next day will be better. My legs don't work like other people's, so I have to be in a wheelchair. I take the needed medicine for everything that's going on in my body. My wish is to redesign my bedroom. My wish is to remodel my backyard. It's like that warm feeling, almost like you know something really good is gonna happen.
welcome back to the Esports Tower Rumble in Valorant, broadcasting Boise State Esports Arena. April is the World Streams for Wishes, with Make-A-Wish and Esports Tower having joined to help grant gaming wishes for kids in need. To many of those children, playing their favorite games during treatment and meeting their favorite streamers or esports players can make all the difference in their lives and give them something to look forward to while they go through something life-threatening. So please, that's why we're asking you to help us in supporting Make-A-Wish. We thank you for all of your support so far today. I'm your host, Jacob Palmer, joined by Artemis Rain, calling the esports action for you here today. And Artie, we're ready to head into the next round as we're heading off into Haven. So Ascent and Haven, some pretty just classic OG maps.
I'm interested in Haven because, as I always say, the 3-point maps are a little bit of a love-hate relationship for a lot of players, but if the Penguins do what they did last time and have, the KJ come out, which I anticipate, and they have a strong Sentinel, because we know that Happy is a very strong Sentinel player, but they do also play more than one type of agent, so they could, bequeath the Sentinel role into someone else. We theoretically could see the entire existence of 1 point locked down and away for quite an extensive period of time. But I also want to see, for once, a lot of B point pushes. We rarely see it here in Esports Tower, and I adore B point control, so let me see some B point love. That's all I request.
Well, before we get to the match, we want to take a moment to congratulate all the Esports Tower club members who have graduated from their clubs and been offered scholarships across the country. Over the past 3 months, Esports Tower club members have received, over the last year, they've received over $4.5 million in scholarship awards. These students have not only worked hard on their in-game play, but also academically, and have earned these scholarship opportunities. We could not be more excited and proud to see all the opportunities these players are getting. And if you want to perform at your top, possibly put yourself in a running for that scholarships, then you need to follow Doc's keys to the game in Valorant, which is to flank efficiently, check your angles, count cards and call abilities, and click heads. It's brought to you by Esports Tower. Score Pro advice at esportstower.com. Improve your game sense, improve your team play, and improve your performance under pressure. You'll get matched with great players and professional coaches to help you rank up. Well, the last spot in the finals is up for grabs. Will the Penguins get a shot at revenge next week, or will the Orcas advance for a date with the Lions? And once again, during the World Streams for Wishes, you can head over to iSlidesUSA.com or scan the QR code on screen and use promo code WISHES, and a portion of your purchase will be donated to Make-A-Wish. iSlides believes you should stand in what you stand for, and from Boise State slides to everything else iSlides, they have something for everybody. Now, as we're ready to move on, Orcas, the first time we're going to be seeing them here today.
Ooh, Happy on the Sova this time, and then we're going to have a Jet, KO, Cypher, and Omen rounding out the Penguin squad. And we have KO, Omen, KJ, Jet, and Sova for the side of the Orcas. Orcas are going to be attacking first. Happy sending out Sonar from Garage.
A pretty concerted push being brought out by the Orcas through lobby.
Penguins are quite huddled up over near the exit towards CT and Heaven.
Quick dash on the tailwind.
Oh,
Met by another. A whole lot of firing back and forth. Rainbow picks up a double.
Spike planted.
Blue painting down from Heaven, throws out a knife, doesn't pick up anybody from it. Medic now moving in to try to flush out Rainbow, is successful in that regard. But only has 5 health left. Dark is just hanging back. That Shark Dark does take a lot of Dark's health away.
oh, come on. There's one right there. Okay, well, KJ's going to push forward first, but there's one right to your right. Kinetic. Oh! Yikes.
Don't stress if I die. It was great knowing you all.
The team,
Also,
the
delete
Orcas
my
are off to a
address.
good start, and the team is unique, the coaches say. They really do not have preferred stages to play on, and instead just feel confident regardless of what stage they play on. But having playing on a very original stage certainly doesn't help, and it certainly doesn't hurt in that regard. Orca's mainly going with Spectres or the gun advantage. They're going to have to be a bit careful. Kinetic is trying to cheeky hold with this shorty. If they run into this smoke, he's waiting for it. Grenade thrown out onto the choke. Dodges the owl drone. And it doesn't work.
That was a little ugly to watch.
And the pain just gets worse.
Spike planted.
Orcas might pull off flawless, which would be a perfect scenario here. Go into the bonus round.
It's a lot of spray fire through the smoke with no one taking any damage from it.
Heading over towards Garage, but Fear has a sideline on that.
Unfortunately, they couldn't get the silent drop. Reskin found Foop and is now just happy left standing. Happy he may not be on the KJ this time. This is very reminiscent of what we saw the opening rounds on Ascent.
Now we get a chance for the Penguins to full buy 2 rifles. But again, this is the problem they had last time. Look at this. Two of them are having to settle for Bulldogs.
I mean, Bulldogs aren't terrible. They're pretty decent. Granted, they aren't fully automatic, but they do a decent chunk of damage. The spread's just a little rough.
At this point, it makes it more of a fair fight for the Orcas to probably bonus this in 3 round wins.
Have the opportunity to take some free good guns as well. Hot flash. Her fire finds
Spike
Rainbow.
down mid.
Hasn't taken too much damage off that engagement either. Kinetic handing out in window. Going up against Fear. There's another. Well, he's going to be thrown out. Get Reskin. It does indeed.
Recalling my bot.
Orcas have dropped the spike. Dark in a tough position. It's flanked by her fire.
That's a first round win for the Penguins, and hopefully some of them picked up some better guns off of that as well.
Make-A-Wish bring even. They just weren't expecting Kinetic up here at all. He goes uncontested with those 2 picks. I do like that molly from Foop. That was well placed.
Oh, okay, that was... I got confused. Our observer swapped from player perspective to free cam, and rising out of the head of a player made it seem like someone was magically flying.
Sometimes they can catch you off guard, those observers. Ready to head into round 4. Orca's going to have a chance to have much more of an even footing with full purchases. Oh, there we go again. Right out of the head of a player.
I bet they're going to do it more now that we mentioned it.
Probably.
Just to catch us off guard.
We actually have a timer pause here, so it might be a tech pause that's being brought out. Someone might be having a connection issue, and we'll get that straightened out as soon as we can.
I was hoping for another knife fight on B site like we're in the streets of London, but that's okay.
Yeah, so we got one, and that is the first knife fight I've actually seen in Esports Towers. So
Same.
not exactly the most common occurrences. Okay, we'll be able to get back into the action. Hopefully all the connection issues are straightened out. We head into round 4 for real this time, and Kinetic is not going to waste any time in picking up his first frag.
My hope is that Penguins, when they were going up against the Lions, that they wanted to make sure Lions didn't get an early lead. Currently, Penguins are looking like they might be able to prevent the Orcas from running away with the scoreline here in this first half.
Take flight.
Especially getting early pick onto that jet. Drone, yeah, should be able to pick up that at least 1 or 2 people down, and Sewer does find one of the 2. Still having Cypher posted on C, Omen on B site for defenders, 3 committed on A, and it looks like a slight rotation out from our Orca squad. That is so jarring.
Few jump peeks from her fire. One of those might come in handy since Orcas are making the
30 seconds
decision to
left.
move as a group onto C. They don't have a whole lot of time to push up through it. Man, yeah, they just don't have a lot of time is the problem. And they gotta really hoof it now. This Cypher takes out the spike holder, it's over.
Takes 4 seconds to get the plant, so as long as Fear is uninterrupted, they should be okay, and they are.
No, the spray doesn't work out in favor of the
Last player
Penguins.
standing.
There's just one left. Her fire at just 18 health. Gets hit with the owl drone as well, and might just decide to call it off of that.
I mean,
Just save.
I agree with you.
Cage triggered.
Not exactly. Economy's not great currently for the Penguins. Orcas won their bonus round. Well, lost their bonus round to the Penguins, but still, Penguins need the economy, and Spike is at a point where you can't defuse it. Everyone's posted up waiting for somebody. There's even a trap set, so yeah, even if you move out, you're going to be in a rough situation. So just stay there. CT was cleared by Rainbow as well, so they have no idea where you're standing. The round swap's over. Looks like Penguins might have enough money to at least half buy for most people this round, it looks like. They say hopefully.
Both teams are gonna, by and large, be able to eke out some rifle purchases. Happy's in kind of the worst position here.
Pistol and a dream.
Maybe hoping that another team gets just a quick frag so he can pick up the gun.
Yeah, you pick someone, you're probably kinetic, and say you're gonna be my best friend.
Tripwire destroyed. My camera is destroyed.
Her fired. Back off. Get the pick.
My
Back off.
ultimate is ready.
It's not backing off once more. And, yeah, okay. Probably why you gave that piece of advice.
Placing swarm grenade.
Util goes down.
Placing swarm grenade.
Standard swarm grenades on the point. Oh, that's a lot of damage placed onto that KJ. He's going to be able to just barely escape, so those swarm grenades can still be a factor. Keeper is making a run at it with these swarm grenades. Don't think they have enough time. Oh, dark! Fire. Connect's just trying to stick it.
Stick it, stick it, stick it, stick it! Yeah!
Dark just has to run away at that point.
Look for my shadows, they will hide you.
So neither team yielding too much to each other. It's a very close game. 5 rounds in. The Orcas have built up quite an impressive ultimate bank for themselves. Maybe the way to just turn around the kind of the slow place of the game is you just rip that command null and get moving. It seems also it's going to be a knife round for
Get out of my way.
Orcas. Yep, here we go. That's what I wanted to see. Here already gets kinetic. And they're going for the B plant. It's what we all want to see.
I am very happy.
This is what we requested, so Orcas, please win this round. Just, you know, because we requested a lot of this so heavily and we want to see it work out.
I mean, it's just happy. I feel like this is a situation you're stuck in a lot, and I apologize. Get one, can you get maybe another before passing away and waiting for the next round? It's going to be a full disengage. I send a shock dart out and meet up with a 3-man firing squad. Round goes towards the Orcas. Sorry, Penguins. The B site push with the command null just made both of us very happy, and so we had to root for the team that executed exactly what we requested.
Now we're back to just kind of standard.
Yeah, there's no favorites here.
Unless Penguins also have their own command null. So, you know, if you want to get back, you know, a rooting squad, then you just do what the Orcas did.
I want to see, okay, so we're instigating Blade Storm immediately for the Penguins, but I want to see everyone survive the initial push from the side of the Penguins. Allow the plant to happen. Oh, McNuggets. Okay, they are on a full save round, so maybe not so much. Okay, thank you, McKeeper.
Oh!
That was rough. Maybe not this round, but next round. It'd be really cool to see them know they're gonna, where the side of the Orcas are going, kind of defaulted on defense positioning. Play for retake after.
They're on the same team, I think.
No, they're not.
Oh, they're not. They even fooled me. I was like, there's no possible way. There's no possible way.
Guys, gals, non-binary pals, hear me
Why
out.
destroyed?
This is why you check your ankles.
One enemy remaining.
Nicely done, Penguins, with a thrifty. They get a round one, but this next round, they're going to be able to buy. I want to see them force you to in a default defensive position, let the plan happen, retake with command null, and get a full team wipe.
This just blows my mind how you could just... They walked right into him!
Yeah, I'm telling you, check your angles!
This is a nice spot. Yes. This
You know,
should do.
my movement's suddenly been impaired. Did I walk into somebody? I'm just going to
That
keep
goes
walking.
there.
Yeah.
This goes.
Oh, I bumped something. Must have been the wall.
I mean, that's why I thought for sure they were on the same team. I was like, this isn't movement that you see.
And I'm pretty sure that even Omen at that moment was like, "Oh, I've been found out," because you saw him swap back over from his melee weapon, but then
Camera taken
he was like,
out.
"Okay," and then took
Tripwire
down
is here.
two. We do see Dark goes down,
Spike
unfortunately,
planted.
but there's the spike plant. Penguins, all right, command null, let's go.
Great opportunity for a retake. They have one-person advantage.
Get in position, command null, Hunter's Fury. There's the Hunter's Fury.
Okay, command null. Here we go.
Retakes the gun. They're in position.
Oh,
No.
Last player standing.
No.
oh well. We tried.
Man, it was almost perfect.
It was such a nice setup, too. Okay, so Penguins, they only used one ultimate there, though, for the command null. So they're going to be forced onto a save round. Happy, the only one who still wants to purchase a rifle, is going with the Vandal. If he gets picked off early here, that is a huge kind of problem that the Penguins are going to have next round when they're all supposed to buy.
Knife deployed.
I'm looking very carefully as to where Happy is stationed, because he's kind of the prime target eco-wise for the Orcas. Huge loss for them if they're not able to get one or two frags with that Vandal. Doesn't seem like C is too much in their wheelhouse right now. Looks like more of a push on to A. They'll have to deal with the
Nailed
Cypher util. Nice pick by Rez.
Here.
American Fear moving slowly. Fire just waiting. Need to... Okay, I think we spot the tripwire. Get Moonkeeper. Hunter's Fury. All it's going to do is really kind of delay the plan. It might take out the Omen. It does!
Spike down A. 30 seconds left.
That Omen is just being
One
hard
enemy remaining.
targeted.
I am just adoring the quality of Hunter's Furies that we have had today. I mean, we got a two-piece in the last game, and then we got one here that picked up the spike carrier. Beautiful.
Tough 2-on-1 for B. Spicy. He just gets fired right through the cage. We could be heading for an even first half. Despite the Penguins, often, being outgunned, they're still finding a way to, match the Orcas pretty well. It's been back and forth, win-loss, win-loss, win-loss.
Making good adjustments.
Oh, this is a nice spot.
Orcas still have enough to basically run it back. Go with full Vandals again. Oh, Kinetic has a dangerous 2-on-1 key. He's able to survive it, but he gets detected.
Cover going out.
Keeper eliminated by Rainbow. Rezkin also moves in to get Kinetic off the point.
Put down. Give me
Fire,
Spike
though.
planted.
Has an opportunity for the neural theft. Can get close enough to a corpse.
Last
Yep.
player standing.
Gets it, but it's still a 2-on-1. This is great ultimate to get, but you only have 2 health left.
Oh, this is... there's one to your left and one to your right.
Well, okay. That's some good prediction. Dark almost gets taken out. Oh, but the location's still revealed. At that point,
yeah.
he was only at 2 health, just any spray. In the general direction of the spike would have done it.
Ooh. Oh, I thought Dark didn't have enough time to escape before the round ended. But they did.
So the best the Orcas can hope for would be an 8-4. Penguins going to have to win the next 2 rounds if they want to tie it up for the entire half.
Do it.
But they're once again in this outgun situation, but that's kind of where they thrived. Thrifty rounds have, for the most part, worked out for the Penguins. Sideline is being held down hard by her fire. Oh, and they walk right into the tripwire.
They did such a nice job last time taking it out, but not this time.
Flash around the corner, some spray from Rainbow. Gets caught in reload.
Last player
2v2. 1 left, and he gets taken out by Kinetic. So Penguins once again win a save round.
Shadows traveling.
It is over. Scanning ahead.
Just about does it. There's just 1 round left, so it's going to be 7-5. If
round
the
in
pattern
the half.
continues, the Orcas
Save
will
that.
get this 7-5. The only reason them having a lead were the 2 pistol rounds at the very beginning. Because ever since then, it has been handed back and forth between wins and losses. The Orcas should. They have the ultimates to do at this
I have
point.
to say, they have 5 ults, so you're gonna make something happen. Now's the time to do it, considering, use it or lose it.
Need a drop. Get out of my way!
First one used is going to be Knives Commando as well, an Omen Teleport to get them a bit more information.
AJ lockdown as well.
Yeah, this is a hard retake to have. Oh, it walked right into the Killjoy.
Not 2 teammates to protect him. It's okay.
Yeah, but still, I mean,
Also got the pick.
still have plenty of time. Rainbow peeks around. I mean, her fire makes up for it in the gunplay. He's gonna use the kit. He's gonna use the neural theft. Might just be 1 on time.
Nowhere to run.
Yep, with the Hunter's Fury as well.
Patience.
Take one for the team.
Can't win it off of that. Okay, so neither team really getting any
Last
sort of
player
win streak
standing.
for that half.
Switching sides.
The best were the 2 pistol rounds at the beginning for the Orcas, and that was it.
Yep. What's the plan here, Penguins? I want to know. Cypher's hunting demons over in spawn.
Seems like Fnatic has opted to just stay on the classic, get that blinding. A lot of the Orcas are just having internal discussions right now. This dart is aimed right. It could get a lot of people in the lobby. Not gonna find anyone. Sheriff shots. Rezkin has to move out. He takes damage too. He's down to 50.
B-side? B-side? B-side! Yes, let's go!
Spike planted.
Enemy tag.
Oh, Dark taken out by Happy.
Oh.
Rezkin in fear though might bring this back.
Okay, 2v2.
One enemy remaining.
How are you still alive?
Holy cow, I don't know how that worked out.
It did though.
That was a lot of panic firing.
The spike is
With the sheriff, no less. Whew. Well, you gotta really be thanking fear there for kind of bailing you out in that situation. He gets one body shot and then from there on out picks up another one off of the spray. Hey, things work out for you. They work out for you.
Find their weakness.
Should be another pretty easy win for the Orcas, unless Penguins do what they've been doing this whole time and just win when they have nothing but cheap guns. A little bit of a peek through Garage. Are they gonna try to push B again? Well, okay, they're doing it again.
cover going out.
It's a huge blinding place out to them, however, and
One enemy remaining.
that poor Cypher. Well, they realized they didn't have the gun power, so they just say, let's just try to brute force it.
It's a strat. I appreciate the commitment. It almost worked had there not been some silly mistakes to swap over to a melee weapon. I understand you need to reload, but there is an S key.
Yep. But they're also, you know, was using a shorty too, so it would have taken way too long to reload that.
Track them
Because
down.
now up to the biggest lead that they've had, a comfortable 4-round lead.
Scanning
Going
ahead.
into bonus.
Ooh.
A lot to use. That's going to be a good dart, but the Vandals are out in force for the Penguins.
Cover going out.
Question is, can the Orcas pick up any sort of flank here? Any sort of fray? It can. Rainbow gets one. And another great blind. Rainbow has two.
Player standing.
It is just Dark left standing for the Orcas.
Spike planted.
Watching here.
Nice
Let you
move.
live, but that does not compute.
That just looks very strange. Ooh, Rezkin, I see you.
Oh, okay.
First
First one.
First one of the day, which is quite different. Normally we're seeing quite a few op buys from everybody at this point. So I appreciate the patience and the reservation to wait to buy it.
If any of them peek out through lobby, which this Omen could be hating for certain, Doom teleports across. Shot doesn't go. Oh, no.
No, Rezkin.
Tragic.
What have you done?
Take flight.
That was. Oh, no.
No one picked it up. I don't think anyone. Nope. Okay, Cypher, I think, picked it up. Whoops.
You might be able to salvage this from heaven. He's already got one.
Oh, boy.
Hold the plant. He has the right idea.
Off! No!
Few pixels off.
Okay, you know where the op is
One
now.
enemy remaining.
Good luck.
Enemy down.
As previously mentioned, good luck.
Might just be taken out by the shock darts.
Oh, but the placement of the...
Her fire!
No heckin' way. Okay, okay, now go get the defuse. You might have enough time to even go grab the ob.
I'm busy.
Yeah,
Now
I
you-
think there's just enough time to run over and pick up the op.
You gotta book it. You gotta hard book it.
Yes.
Yep. Good job, Rainbow. Rez, can you owe Rainbow a thank you?
Okay.
Need
Hand
a
that
drop.
back to Rezkin, and we'll try again for this next round, I suppose. Now it is in the Penguins' wheelhouse, I would say, where they've won so many of their rounds before on these awkward half-bye rounds.
Penguins on full save and then an op. This is one of the most cattywampus artillery rounds I have ever seen for any team, truly.
Rezkin has decided to change opping location to B this time.
Powerless.
Manol's going to be brought out.
No charges left.
I'm sorry, the Orcas on one of the most cattywampus spy rounds I've ever seen.
This is... They only have the op to their name.
I mean, if you want to just full save it, you're 6 and 10. I could see why you'd do that. Maybe try and get a couple of frags, or really just save the op. We do lose Dart, the Orcas.
Not going to get away with the panic firing that time.
Hey, there's one. They got one penguin. That's it.
I mean, I don't think Rezkin even attempts the retake here.
No.
No. You have just got to hold the sideline, maybe try to pick up one exit frag and just save for next round.
It's really not worth it.
That's one shot go.
Run. Keep running. You just made it even easier for them. Come on, bro. I saw you run into the garage. Why? You should know where the spike detonation zone ends. Okay, okay. Looks like we're gonna be able to get almost an entire buy now for the side of the Orcas. Got 2 half shields. It's okay. You can make it work. Much better than all pistols and a
And one off.
an operator like last round.
Rezkin is also one away from getting their 9. You know, Rezkin's just going to, rethink that.
I can't use that.
Its presence detected as well as just not being able to set up for an op at all. His force back is going to move back further into spawn.
No one walks away.
Mandel brought out by Orcas to help in the retake. Rainbow and Fear pick up one. Molly is going to force her fire into a third position. He's low on health. Rezkin finally able to set up for the op. Gets a shot onto Happy. And they just stick it. Next going to try to... Oh my goodness! Don't drop that op! Oh my goodness, Kinetic. You're just barely getting by with the op.
I mean, yeah, Orcas won that round, but at what cost? Almost everybody again died. It was just Rezkin left standing.
All right, so now Orcas are 2 rounds away. We are continuing the pattern we have had for the entire game. Win-loss, win-loss, win-loss. And ultimately, that is a pattern that the Orcas are happy to continue because it'll eventually work out in their favor.
Yeah, coach's note if they're a very unique team comes in very strong in that sentiment. Both Jets pop knives. Which Bladestorm will be the strongest is my question. Oh, I have so many questions,
I know
Orcas.
exactly where you are.
Well, the pattern's going to be continued, it looks like.
Spike planted.
Unless
Last player
Rez...
standing.
Okay.
Flawless.
Well, I was about to say Rezkin gave the op over to V Spicy so they could use Bladestorm, but they just lost that op.
Survived obliteration.
But you know what? They don't even need to worry because the op's been thrown away.
You know what? I get it. Your Penguins are on attack. What can you really do with an op, but you really shouldn't have
And the
picked it up.
Orcas are due to win this round anyway. I mean, the pattern is holding strong.
It is.
This is very aesthetically pleasing, I must say, for 2 pistol round wins, and then it's back and forth.
I strongly question if you're going to yeet the op off the map anyway, why would you waste picking it up to begin with?
Second push is coming on
Deploying
toward
drone.
A. Drones are going to be thrown up, but Rezkin still picks up one. He's able to get Moonkeeper. A lot of info given over on that owl drone. Now comes the retake attempt. Thing is, there are 2 Hunter's Furies up, so yeah, off of this Hunter's Fury, I think Be Spicy, yeah, is just going to counter it.
No way! No way! You two
Yeah,
are
he
just
wins
staring
it.
each other down! Oh my gosh! And the KJ ult is still standing!
Well, they stick it. Pattern continues.
Match point.
So now it's time for the Penguins to win a round, and then the Orcas will win a round, and then we can all go home.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not even looking at the guns at this point. You know, I'm not trying to strategize because there was some sort of greater axiomatic truth for this game that must always be upheld.
And it's spelling pop over and over and over again. I keep track of who wins which round, and I've literally spelled oop and then pop over and over again.
Here.
Dash back by Rezkin. Penguins looking to push up toward B. Wait, try to end it, but I think they're going to try to go through C. Towards C through garage.
Cage trigger.
That owl drone is getting right in the face of her fire. Goes the camera out. Doesn't really see it too much. Oh, look, Kinetic got the first pick.
And we have a plant onto C site. Both teams equal. 4 agents left standing. Both have Omen ult as well. This has just been way too mirrored. Spooking me out. Moonkeeper will find Rezkin. Will they find Fear? Nope, Fear is going to take down Moonkeeper, so that was a trade. Paranoia does not help Fear stay alive. Happy is stronger than Fear. In the sense of which emotion stronger is what I was trying to make there. Really help.
Left up to Rainbow. Well, Be Spicy might take it. One shock dart. They don't have enough time to bait. I think one of them has to
Last
stick
player
it.
standing.
Yep, okay. Who could have predicted?
Standing.
Kinetic again! Again! Bro, my friend, we need to have a conversation.
Who could have predicted this course of events here?
That's at least twice now. On C-site. Bro!
Well, the Urkas, they're not going to have too good at guns here, so
Are we going to see the first time where Penguins get back-to-back wins?
there's a first time for everything.
Shutting them down.
I'm fine with my aesthetically pleasing scoreboard to change, but
It looks like this is going to be the
Yes.
time. They're going to pick it off. They have such a huge gun advantage, although Be
One enemy
Spicy
remaining.
still manages to pick up one.
Dark and a...
Well,
You're kidding me! What even...
Spike planted.
okay,
Dark, that was...
spooky. That was almost scary.
I'm gonna be completely honest though, holy cow, that 2-piece with the Sheriff, I don't know what the other players were thinking, but wow. Nicely done.
Now we're going to have a full rifle round between both teams.
Placing alarm.
Penguins need to win 2 more in order to drive it to overtime, and Orcas are going to take what I think is a well-advised timeout.
Yes. Figure it out, make a plan.
Because they've lost 2 in a row, so they can no longer rely on the pattern to work out in their favor.
No. And truthfully, Their economy is going to be pretty bad if they don't win this one.
Yeah, we're probably looking at overtime if they don't win this.
Is that really anything new for us here, though?
No, it's not. It's not new for us. I wasn't trying to say that was novel. I'm just saying we're going to see it if that happens.
Command null, instigated by the Penguins. Back off from the defenders into B site, waiting for their Sova to get in position, possibly to go for a retake play. They only have the Omen ult to their name for the Orcas, whereas Cypher and Omen both still have ults for the Penguins.
Look at Rezkin. Might swing around, take out Kinetic.
Ooh.
Be two top fraggers going against each other. Ooh, he's going to go for an even longer flank.
There's the Omen ult.
I know exactly where.
Oh, and that Cypher, I'm nervous about that. Although Rainbow's still doing 4 apiece. Okay, notices tripwire.
Good job, Rezkin.
Last player standing.
Oh, Rezkin!
Enemy
Despite the
remaining.
fact he was, despite the fact he was spotted out by that neural theft, he still managed to pick up 2, which
Kinetic? Okay.
It's at least one of us.
barely gets away.
That's 3 round wins for the Penguins.
All of a sudden, a sudden reversal of fortunes.
And the Orcas are broke.
Looks like they're going mainly for rifles. 3 of them are going to be able to get full
Kill
rifles,
all your opponents.
but 1 is settling for a Bulldog.
Knife deployed.
Rainbow throws out. Early knife, and the knife's brought out by Orcas. That is going to help them with their otherwise awkward eco situation. Penguins have picked up so many thrifties that the
Revealing area.
Orcas, it's their time to.
Flashbang.
They're going to get a lot of peeps off. They start. Rainbow gets one with the Bulldog, moves around. I'm going to pick up a gun instead, gain even more space. The spike isn't even going down. Penguins are retreating.
Oh, we have the Omen teleport all the way to C site. They have just enough time to plant and
But the
run
grenade
away.
is right there.
Cover going out.
Run away. Advance in the opposite direction.
Oh, her fire was just waiting for that one. Kinetic might also have a good flank.
Shadows traveling.
Nowhere to run!
Plant brought out. Using the Hunter's
Last player
Fury.
standing.
Blinding.
Okay, they gotta stick it now. They got it. I think they just have it.
They should have enough time. Spike picker didn't increase in his time.
My ultimate is ready.
Oh, just by less than a second
Defenders
though.
win.
Woo. All right, that's close as we could get it without it going into overtime. The Orcas managed to just barely squeak out a win against the Penguins. Had that gone into overtime, no predictions whatsoever about how that would have gone.
Yeah. Wow, that was a really close game. Closer than I anticipated it in the very beginning. I can say that for sure.
Well, now is the time where we get to mention a player of the game. But before we get to that, we just want to remind you about the World Streams for Wishes. Esports Tower has partnered with iSlides for the month of April to help give back. With any purchase you make at iSlidesUSA.com, use promo code WISHES, and a portion of your purchase will be donated to Make-A-Wish to help kids in need. Gaming wishes are some of the fastest growing wishes at Make-A-Wish. And with your help, Esports Tower and iSlides can make them come true. Scan the QR codes you see now to multiple options for you. So it's a choose-your-own-adventure QR code-wise, if you will. So, do you have anyone you want to nominate for player of the game?
I mean, I think like I want to give it to Happy, just because you suffered a lot in game 1,
That is true.
and my heart goes out to you in that essence. And you did pop off quite a bit. Additionally, I mean, like Rezkin's always a safe pick, but Rezkin we only saw in 1 game.
And the Penguins were in 2 games, so just in terms of pure production, you know, bias, I think it might be someone from the Penguins.
I really don't know. I'm just gonna go with Happy.
Okay.
That's my suggestion. Do you have anything? The sigh was really telling.
Yeah. I guess I'll go Reskin.
All right.
I'll just try. You know, these are the least confident we've ever been in our predictions.
Mm-hmm.
And the player of the game is going to go on to, yeah. We
Foop.
see we.
Yeah.
We had no business calling this.
I give up. I'm so bad at this. I'm really bad at this.
Although I
Foop.
was right in saying it was going to be one of the Penguins.
Yes. We can have solace in that. We kind of both leaned into that because we knew that we'd have the most kind of opportunity to see players pop off. So, Foop, congratulations.
Tonight's player of the game is brought to you by Esports Tower. This month is the World Streams for Wishes. It's not only the Esports Tower players making fantastic plays, because every donation goes to Make-A-Wish to help bring gaming to a child who needs it. Foop is going to be your Esports Tower player of the game. So that was quite an end to Haven. I would ask you for any final thoughts, but, you know, I think that's more or less me asking you to repeat what you've already said 50 times beforehand.
I'm more than happy to say it again, because until I stop seeing the atrocities occur like I saw right outside Garage, check your angles. I do not know how else I can stress this. You can't let that sort of stuff happen. These shenanigans need to come to an end, people.
Well, congratulations to all our teams for a fantastic spring Valorant Rumble. The Lions and Orcas are all set up for a grand final showdown next week to see who will be this next week's champion. You're going to want to make sure to tune in next week. 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, these two teams will have a shot at the glory. We'll close out with the top 5 plays of the game brought to you by Esports Tower. Don't forget, tonight kicked off. Tonight is the continuation of the World Streams for Wishes, fantastic month-long event to help raise money for Make-A-Wish, so please consider donating and bringing gaming to kids in need. That's going to do it for us tonight, and enjoy your top 5 plays. And a blind almost leads to a double for Sunny Lee, but Foop still manages to trade it out 1 for 1. Bit of rotation up towards Catwalk, and Foop picks up 2 more to make it a triple. Mode gets a headshot onto her fire.
This poor KJ. Oh, that's so much util, KJ. That is the Valorant experience. I am so sorry. Oh, monkey mode. Come on.
Spike down B.
Doesn't check the angle and gets punished for it. Speaking about not checking angles, Moonkeeper here. Oh, he almost didn't, but multiple 2-on-1s. But Happy and Moonkeeper, 2 sides automatically turn this round around.
1 enemy remaining.
Oh, wow.
You gotta make sure you check this angle and get secrets.
30 seconds left.
There was one other standing there, secrets. Your location is revealed. Yeah, coach's note of their very unique team comes in very strong in that sentiment. Both Jets pop knives. Which Bladestorm will be the strongest is my question. Oh, I have so many questions, Orcas.
Where is everyone hiding?
They might not even need the Rolling Thunder, because they got the Bald Man, and he's telling them where everyone is. And that's gonna, now they're gonna use the Rolling Thunder. Get a whole lot of people off of that.
Oh! Oh my gosh!
They are throwing everything you could possibly throw at a post plant onto the Lions.